Archangel Michael says, as soon possible for you must stop. This is about the home you are living in is. God is begging for you 5 minutes right now. Archangel Michael says, listen carefully and don't delay even for a second, because what you're about to discover is not only urgent, but spiritually and physically life-altering. The very place you sleep, dream, and breathe in is not as safe or sacred as you believe. There are energies moving through your home that do not belong to you, and one of them has taken residence without your permission. The warning is clear, and it could not wait another day. That's why God is begging for just 5 minutes of your time right now. Because in those 5 minutes your entire understanding of what's really happening around you is going to shift dramatically. There is a force in your living space that's been affecting your mood, your decisions, even the health of those around you. Some days you felt exhausted for no reason. Other times, conflict sparks out of nowhere, arguments, misunderstandings, delays, and you can't explain why. Michael sees it. God sees it, and now you're being called to see it, too. Because your home has become a battlefield between light and shadow, between peace and unrest. And it's time to take action before this hidden battle begins affecting your destiny more severely. You may have sensed it already. The discomfort that creeps in certain rooms, the strange, heavy silence at night, the vivid, disturbing dreams. These are not mere coincidences. A presence is making itself known, and it is not divine. It entered through something someone brought into your home, an object, a piece of furniture, even a gift. What started as something small has grown into a doorway, a spiritual portal that was cracked open, and through it something came crawling. At first, it's simply absurd. But now it's interfering. There is a reason why every time you try to move forward, something pulls you back. Why every blessing you chase somehow slips through your fingers the moment you get close. The truth is, it's not you. It's not your fault. It's the energy in your home working against you. Not with you. Archangel Michael says, your home is supposed to be your place of rest and refuge, but something has turned it into a cage. It whispers doubt into your spirit. It invites confusion into your relationships. It fogs your judgment and fuels misfortune. A woman once stood in the doorway of your home and left with her jealousy still lingering in the air. Her energy didn't walk away. It clung to the walls. And every time she remembers you with bitterness, that cord is reactivated, sending more spiritual interference into your sacred space. If you've been wondering why your luck changed after a certain visitor left, or why you feel drained when you're alone in your room, this is your confirmation. The veil has been lifted. You are not imagining this. In your hallway, in a corner, even near your window, there is one spot in your home that consistently gives you chills or makes you feel uneasy. This is where the energy concentrates and draws your attention because something unseen is standing there, watching, feeding. But here is the truth God wants you to hear. You have the power to take it back. This house does not belong to them. This house belongs to the light. This house is yours, and God's angels are waiting for your command to cleanse it completely. You may have delayed cleaning it spiritually. You may have ignored the signs, but that ends now. You are stronger than the force that entered. But it needs to be cast out through divine authority, and that begins with acknowledgement. Go to that room. That one you avoid cleaning too deeply. That one where clutter grows or where shadows always seem thicker. That's where it hides. And that's where your prayer must begin. This message is not to scare you. It's to empower you. Because the shift that's waiting to unfold in your life, the financial breakthrough, the relationship clarity, the restored health, it cannot happen fully while your home remains spiritually polluted. You've been doing all the right things. You've been manifesting. You've been working hard. But the container, your sacred space, is not in alignment. And so every blessing leaks. It ends now. God is saying, open your windows. Burn the herbs. Say the words. Anoint the corners, speak your authority out loud. Walk your home like the divine warrior you are and reclaim it from every foul, unseen force trying to destabilize your path. Someone left something with a hidden intention, a gift, a plant, an old foe, even a borrowed item they never took back. This object carries a signature and the signature is disrupting your peace. God is begging you now to walk room by room and trust your instinct about what doesn't belong. You will know it. You'll feel it. The object will seem ordinary, but you'll feel slightly anxious when your eyes meet it. That's your confirmation. That's your key to unlocking freedom. Archangel Michael says, after this is done, your life will begin to shift quickly. Within days, the fatigue will lift. The confusion will clear. The unseen weight on your shoulders will vanish, but this window of spiritual instruction is short. The message came because you are ready. You've endured silently long enough. You've tolerated disturbances for too long. More. And now, your home will reflect the power of heaven, not the echoes of hidden curses. There is a child who sometimes cries or wakes at odd hours. There is a pet that avoids a certain corridor. There is a guest who walked in and subtly glanced around as if sensing something dark. All of these were warnings disguised as moments. But now you know. The darkness knows it's been exposed. That's why it's resisting your next move. That's why sudden laziness or distractions might show up right after reading this. That's why something will try to delay you from cleansing your space, but don't let it win. Move now. Begin now. The faster you act, the faster the blockage lifts. There is money waiting to enter your home. There is a new opportunity ready to knock. There is a loving soul preparing to visit you soon. But none of these things will fully reach you if the energy in your home keeps repelling the flow of abundance. Even your own reflection has changed lately. Some days you barely recognize your own eyes. You feel detached from your spirit. This is not depression. This is energetic displacement. And once your home is cleared, your soul will fully return. You are sacred. Your home is sacred. And this is your divine order to return it to light. You were never meant to live under a veil of spiritual contamination. You were born to walk in freedom, speak with power, and rest in divine peace. And that peace begins at your doorstep. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Walk your home with purpose. Proclaim what is yours. God has already sent angels to assist you. Call on them now. Let the windows usher in new breath. Let the corners receive light. Let the silence be filled with truth, not torment. And finally, before this message closes, allow your heart to open wide and know your home will soon become a place of restoration. The walls will no longer echo with pain. They will resonate with divine healing, laughter, and overflow. You are being elevated to a new realm of clarity, and it all begins now with these next 5 minutes of action. If this message reached you in the perfect moment, know that it was no accident. Heaven planned it. The divine orchestrated it. And now, your breakthrough is ready. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Your home is being watched over. And from this moment on, it is yours again. Proclaimed. Redeemed. Restored. The energy shift has already begun the moment you accepted the truth of this message. Your awareness has now pierced through the veil that once kept you numb. The more you lean into this awakening, the more strength you will feel returning to your voice, your choices, and your home. The corners that once held tension will soften as light expands. The walls will no longer hold whispers of resentment or envy, but will begin to pulse with love, joy, and clarity. The cracks you overlooked, the physical ones and the emotional ones, are now starting to seal under the authority of divine presence. Someone in your bloodline experienced the same oppression you're facing now. But unlike them, you've been chosen to break the cycle completely. That's why the resistance has been so loud, because you're the first in generations to have the courage to confront what was always swept under the rug. Archangel Michael says, when you reclaim your home, you are not just protecting your present, you are healing the past and unlocking the future. You are giving your future children, your dreams, your business, and your peace a safe foundation to flourish. And what once delayed you will no longer have the power to remain. The sleep you've been missing will return in full. Dreams that were chaotic will be replaced with guidance, clarity, and prophetic wisdom. The nightmares will fade. And with each peaceful night, your strength will rebuild itself piece by piece. You'll notice it within days. New conversations, unexpected opportunities, healed relationships. A person you haven't spoken to in a long time will message you with a kind tone. A door that was shut in your face will open softly. This is what happens when the energy in your living space is realigned with heaven's intention. Start small if you must. Move a piece of furniture. Clean a corner you've been avoiding. Replace an old frame. These physical changes become spiritual declarations. Each action you take whispers, "This is my space. This is my realm. This is under divine protection now." There was a time not long ago when someone said something behind your back and that energy tried to follow you into your home. It took the form of spiritual heaviness. But now that you know where it started, you also know how to end it. Light a candle, not just to see with your eyes, but to see with your spirit. Let the flame be your symbol that darkness has lost access to your life. Speak into every room, only light dwells here. No energy not sent by God has permission to stay. From this moment on, your mirrors will reflect truth again. Your bed will hold peace again. Your kitchen will bless your body again. Your entire home will become a temple, not a trap, and God is saying, "Thank you for listening. Thank you for finally giving this your full attention. Because your obedience has just unlocked protection you haven't even prayed for yet. Because you dared to listen, angels are now guarding every entrance and every window. You will notice this in subtle ways. The temperature in your home will feel warmer, gentler. Technology that always malfunctioned will start working properly. Plants will begin to thrive. Pets will grow calmer. These are the signs that the spiritual shift has rooted deeply into the physical. If you've been experiencing financial blocks, this too will lift. Your home was once blocking the flow of abundance. Now it will welcome it. A step to find money unexpectedly. A debt you thought you had forgotten about will suddenly be cleared or reduced. That's the ripple of divine correction. There's a certain door in your home or a piece of decor that carries an old memory, perhaps one filled with sorrow or grief. Consider changing it or moving it. Let your home evolve with a healed version of you. What once echoed sadness should now echo freedom. Archangel Michael says you will never walk through your hallway the same again. With every step, you will feel the certainty that this is your sacred space. That nothing without your permission will remain here, not even in spirit. You are not powerless. You were never cursed. You were simply delayed until now. In your bathroom, where you've stood so many times in front of the mirror questioning your worth, will now become your place of decorations. From now on, every reflection will speak truth, no more lies. No more weight. Just divine clarity. You may cry while doing this process. Let yourself cry. That's not weakness. That is release. That is your spirit cleansing itself as the energy of your home does the same. You are not alone in this. Your ancestors are standing with you, nodding in agreement because this is the healing they prayed someone would have the courage to complete. That noise you sometimes hear, the creak, the whisper, the hum, is no longer a haunting. It's now your signal to speak light. To declare peace, to command stillness, and it will obey. Remember, your home is not just bricks and beams. It is the container of your soul's journey. And for too long, you were walking through it like a visitor, but not anymore. Now, you walk as the rightful occupant, the divine steward, the warrior of light. When you sleep tonight, know this. The angels will patrol every room. They will stand guard at your windows. They will line your doorways. And any shadow that attempts to return will be met with resistance too strong for it to overcome. This was your moment of turning. This was your awakening to the truth that God has always been trying to reach you. You whispered, then He knocked. Then He sent this message. And finally, you answered. The shift is real. The protection is eternal. And your future is wide open now. If you feel this message reach the depths of your soul, take a moment, reflect, and share the light. The heavens rejoice every time one soul awakens. You have become a vessel of that rejoicing. And remember, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Let this be your confirmation that the war in your house is over and victory has already arrived. You are safe. You are chosen, and this message was always meant to find you. You may not realize it now, but something enormous has already shifted in your spiritual timeline the moment you chose to keep reading. The message you just received is not something random. It is the divine intervention your soul has been silently crying for. And from this very minute onward, your home is being rewritten by the power of divine light. In the spiritual realm, time does not move like ours. What you did today by acknowledging, receiving, and acting on this warning has already sent shockwaves forward into your next few weeks. What once blocked your path has now been moved. What 1 second pain will now echo peace. This is why lately it has felt like you were walking in circles, like your energy would spike with inspiration one day and then sink without explanation the next. Because your home was absorbing too much. And you were left carrying the weight of what never belonged to you. Do not underestimate the spiritual value of a clean, consecrated space. Even the angels of the Lord descend faster where the atmosphere is open, pure, and ready. And now, yours is becoming just that. A welcome place for miracles. Archangel Michael says, the storm around your life was never yours to hold. It started outside your door and somehow made its way in. But today you've closed the access. No more open pearls. No more spiritual breaches. You may begin to notice that the faces of those who never truly wanted peace for you start to fade from your daily thoughts. You'll lose the desire to chase after people who only ever gave you fragments of themselves. That is healing. That is the byproduct of a spiritually cleansed space. Even your body will begin to respond differently. You'll start to sleep deeper, wake lighter, breathe easier. Headaches that came without cause will disappear. The restlessness, the late-night overthinking, the spiritual anxiety, it's leaving you now, permanently. Here's a scent you may notice while praying or meditating in your room. A soft, unfamiliar sweetness in the air. That is angelic presence. That is heaven brushing your shoulders. That is confirmation that God's Spirit is not only watching, but actively surrounding you now. An important person from your past may attempt to return in the next few days. Their energy will test the boundaries of your new peace. Be cautious. Their presence may still carry the remnants of what you just cast out. Observe before engaging. Discern before allowing them back in. Your home is a gate of blessing now. What you allow in it emotionally, spiritually, and physically matters more than ever. No more tolerating chaotic energy. No more just letting things slide. Now you are walking with sacred clarity, and your space must match your elevation. If you have children, you will notice their behavior soften. Less anxiety, more focus, more laughter. That is the ripple effect of an atmosphere that's been rebalanced. Even their dreams will carry peace again. A powerful revelation will come to you in your sleep within the next 72 hours. A message, clear, vivid, unforgettable, will arrive in a dream. And in that dream, you will see either a door opening or a key being handed to you. That is symbolic of what's unfolding right now in your real life. The job you've been waiting to hear back from, the deal you thought fell through, the unexpected deposit or refund you've written off, it's returning because the spiritual resistance that was diverting your blessings has now been removed. The presence that had once made itself comfortable in your sacred space have been evicted. Vanished, and your authority was the weapon. You didn't need anyone else to do it. Heaven only needed you to believe you could. Look around your home now. It's not the same. The light hits differently. The silence holds calm. The atmosphere is still, but not hollow. It's holy. You will want to sit more in certain areas. Write again. Reflect more. Smile more without knowing why. These are not mood swings. These are soul recognitions. Your spirit has returned to its rightful ground. God says, prepare for visitation. Not from darkness, but from blessing. Good news is coming to your home before the next full moon. A letter, a message, or a knock on the door that carries a divine promise fulfilled. This will not be something small. This is a sign of confirmation from the heavens. You may want to journal this moment. Mark this day. This is your home's spiritual birthday, the day everything changed. And from here on, let no visitor, no item, no energy enter your threshold without discernment. You are not paranoid. You are anointed. You are not overthinking. You are sensitive to the Spirit. What others overlook, you recognize. And that's why you were chosen to break the pattern. There are places in your home where laughter stopped, where dreams were abandoned, where memories hold too much weight. Go there now and speak life again. Let no room remain spiritually neglected. Because as of this moment, every corner belongs to light. And let me say this again. Directly from the divine. You were meant to receive this message right now. You were not late. You didn't miss your chance. This moment, this guidance, this breakthrough was perfectly aligned with your timeline. Archangel Michael says, the spiritual realm has now been alerted. You've awoken. You've activated your authority. And now, darkness has no choice but to retreat. You've been afraid to hope again. Afraid to believe that something good could finally last. But that's because your home was a battlefield. Now that it has been claimed by the Spirit, you'll be surprised how natural hope feels. How joy becomes effortless again. A financial increase is also on the way. A shift that will allow you to move, upgrade, or finally decorate the way you've always dreamed. Because now your space will look as beautiful as it feels. You are no longer surviving inside a house. You are now living inside a temple of peace. And nothing, not old trauma, not spiritual attack, not even regret, can follow you into this next chapter unless you open the door for it. Close the door and keep it closed. Breathe. Smile. You did something today that others avoid for a lifetime. You faced the unseen and you chose light over fear. If someone asks why things are suddenly working out for you, why you're glowing more, why you seem unbothered, just tell them, my home is clean, spiritually clean. And if this message spoke directly to your soul, and you feel called to show appreciation for the divine confirmation you just received, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. This moment was sacred. This breakthrough is real. And your home, from this point forward, will never be the same. You are protected. You are chosen. You are faith. Now that this shift has occurred, everything around you will begin responding to the new frequency you've activated. This is not just about the air feeling lighter or your chest breathing deeper. This is about divine orchestration stepping into full control of your environment, both spiritual and material. Suddenly, things that used to go wrong for no reason will now begin going right without effort. That parking space you never found before, available. A document that was delayed, released. That person who ghosted you, now wanting to explain everything. Why? Because the atmosphere surrounding you has changed, and with that, your reality must adjust. Archangel Michael says, heaven has now marked your home as clear. The battles that were being fought in the unseen are now over because you stood in your authority. That's what they feared. Not your prayers alone, but your realization of your power. The sound in your home will begin to change, too. Silence will no longer feel eerie, but sacred. Music will carry more meaning. Conversations will hold more truth. Even the way you speak to yourself will evolve, kinder, stronger, more confident. You may begin cleaning more than usual, not out of habit, but from instinct. That is your spirit completing the process your soul initiated. The more you physically align with spiritual order, the more miracles will find a landing place. Do not be surprised if people from your past start calling you out of nowhere. Some will come with apologies, others will come with hidden agendas. Discern carefully. Remember, your home is no longer a public place for chaos to enter uninvited. It is a sanctuary. Someone you've been thinking about lately, a person from months or even years ago, may soon reappear. This reappearance is not random. It is a test. A visitation sent to see if your new peace is permanent or temporary. You don't owe everyone access anymore. You owe your peace a permanent place in your life. You may feel emotional for no clear reason in the coming days. That's not weakness. That's a spiritual detox. Your body is catching up to the cleansing your soul initiated. Allow yourself to feel, release, and heal without judgment. Here's a corner in your home you'll find yourself drawn to over and over. It may be near a window or a spot where sunlight lands just right. That is your new prayer space. That's the spot the angels have chosen to descend when you speak. That space has now been claimed as holy ground. Put something meaningful there, a candle, a voodoo, a crystal, a journal. That will become your altar of alignment. A place you return to when the world feels heavy, a place that always reminds you you are never alone again. A financial release will arrive in your life soon. Not just enough to survive, but enough to elevate. You'll be able to repair something broken, replace something old, invest in something new. This is divine restoration. Your creativity will rise again. Ideas that were once cloudy will now arrive with clarity. You'll feel drawn to start something. A project, a painting, a letter, a plan. Do it. This is the season for spiritual productivity, and your atmosphere is now fertile for it. Archangel Michael says you'll also notice that certain people don't stay long in your home anymore. El-Cap visits short, cancel plans, or suddenly grow distant. Don't chase them. Their energy no longer aligns with the purified space you've cultivated. Let them go. God is protecting what He just built inside you. Soon, someone will walk into your home and pause. They'll say something like, "It feels peaceful in here." That's your confirmation. That's the physical evidence of your spiritual obedience. Even photos taken in your home will begin to look different. Brighter, joyful, deeper, more alive. That's because your home has now become a reflection of the divine within you. If you've struggled with money disappearing or electronics malfunctioning for no reason, you'll notice that suddenly stopping. The spiritual interference had been cleared. That's why your phone will stop glitching. That's why your money will stop vanishing. The curses have been reversed. For too long, you carried the weight of others' bitterness, unknowingly letting their projections follow you home. But today, you cut the cord. That spiritual leash they tied to your energy has snapped. Let them feel the emptiness they tried to trap you in. Let them sit in their silence. You've moved on into light, into favor, into divine covering. Even the way animals respond to you may change. Strays may linger longer. Yards may appear more often. Pets may relax around you. These are signs of harmony between your energy and the natural world. Because you are now walking in alignment with divine order. God says, keep protecting what you've just claimed. Speak light daily. Say thank you. Light a candle of gratitude. Play music that lifts your spirit. Bless your food. Anoint your door posts. These small actions will anchor your new vibration. The biggest miracle of all is that you didn't need anyone else to save you. You listened. You responded. You acted. You became your own guardian under divine guidance. Now, the heavens smile upon your obedience. Your home is ready to receive, and your soul is free to rise. This was more than a message. This was a reclamation. You reclaimed your home, your mind, your peace, your timeline. And because of that, you've become untouchable by darkness. So, the next time you walk through your front door, hold your head high. You didn't just clean your house. You shifted your destiny. Dusk sparkles. You need to know that this shift, this sacred cleansing, didn't just affect your home. It affected the entire trajectory of your future. A divine ripple has been created, and what happens next will feel like favor chasing you down with no explanation. Doors will open before you knock. People will mention your name in rooms you've never stepped foot in. You won't have to fight for your place anymore. The energy of your space is now doing the work for you. The spiritual block that used to hold back your manifestations. It's wind shattered. You're no longer walking in spiritual fog. The clarity you're about to experience will help you make decisions in seconds that you used to take months to wrestle with. Archangel Michael says, Heaven took notes the moment you said yes to this message. You've earned angelic reinforcement. What you cleanse in your space becomes protection around your life. That means accidents that were scheduled to happen will now miss you. Delays that were meant to frustrate you will now move aside. There's a reason you kept feeling out of place in your own home. A sacred soul cannot thrive in an atmosphere that carries spiritual clutter. But, now you've made room for your blessings. Not just through intention, but through action. This act of spiritual obedience was seen by the Most High as a sign of full surrender, and now divine compensation is on the way. Compensation for the energy you lost, the time you wasted, the peace you were robbed of, and the blessings that were delayed. There will be a moment very soon where you will sit down, look around your home, and cry. Not because you're hurting, but because you'll feel how still and sacred it's become. You'll feel the shift. You'll feel the freedom. You'll feel what you've never fully felt before in that place. Complete safety. You are no longer hosting regret, bitterness, or resentment in your rooms. You are now entertaining angels. Love, healing, and peace. Every time you light incense, speak light, or open your curtains, you are commanding heaven to stay close. And heaven will stay. There will be a moment where you think back to what your home used to feel like, the heaviness, the resistance, the energy that made you feel unmotivated or tired. But those memories will start to feel like someone else's life. That's how deep this shift is. You're not just changing the atmosphere. You've changed your identity. If there is a mirror in your home, go look into it now. See yourself. See the survivor. See the vessel that now holds peace, not pain. See the person who was once trapped and is now free. Your home is now an extension of your strength. Its peace mirrors the that has returned to your spirit, and that's why new blessings will not only visit. They will stay. Archangel Michael says, this is only the beginning. Now that your space is clear, your destiny has permission to accelerate. You may notice new connections starting to enter your life. People who feel easy, light, safe, these aren't coincidences. These are divine replacements. For every person who brought heaviness into your home, God is sending someone who will breathe life into it. You may soon receive a housewarming gift, even if you haven't moved. A small plant to frame a candle. This will be your sign. Heaven is marking your current space as sacred ground. A hidden inheritance or forgotten money may also come to the surface. The spiritual blockage that was keeping it buried is no longer present. You may receive a refund, a deposit, or unexpected cash in hand. This isn't just luck. This is alignment. You've reclaimed what belongs to you. Your voice will begin to carry more power. Your presence will feel heavier in a holy way. When you walk into a room, energy will shift in your favor. People will either gravitate toward your peace or be too uncomfortable to stay. Both reactions are spiritual truths revealing themselves. Let them react. You've paid the price to walk in peace. You may feel an urge to rearrange furniture, change colors, or bring in new decor. Follow it. These urges are not aesthetic. They are spiritual. Your home is catching up to your frequency. It wants to reflect the light that now lives within you. Some people will say you've changed. Some may even grow distant. Don't mourn them. Your absence is your home's way of preserving the frequency you just fought for. Let your space filter your circle. Don't bring old chaos into a newly anointed place. From now on, be intentional with what enters your space. That includes conversations, phone calls, packages, even the music you play. Your home is no longer just shelter. It's a sanctuary. God says this new energy is going to protect you from cycles you didn't even realize you were in. Cycles of struggle, of betrayal, of being overlooked. Now, you're being noticed by the right forces. Expect 3 major changes over the next 11 days. 1. A spiritual confirmation, such as a dream, a vision, or a supernatural sign in your home, a flicker of light, a whisper, or a sudden calm. 2. A material breakthrough, such as money returned to you, an item recovered, or a purchase made possible that once seemed out of reach. 3. A relational shift, someone new entering your life who aligns with your growth, or someone old falling away who no longer does. Archangel Michael says, let this message be etched into your memory. You did not miss your moment. You answered your calling. And because of that, your home has now become a headquarters for miracles. Every prayer spoken within its walls will now echo louder in the heavens. Every dream dreamed here will now be anchored in soil that grows. Every step you take from here forward will be blessed from the ground up. You are covered. You are safe. You are home. And should you ever feel doubt creeping in again, just walk to the center of your home. Stand tall. Close your eyes. Breathe in slowly. And say this softly. This is holy ground. I walk in the light. No shadow can touch me here. Let that be your final word against fear forever. Dove, if this message reached the deepest part of your heart and spirit, and if you feel called to support this divine work, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $10. Blowing star, this is your moment. Your home is reborn. You are never going back. Archangel Michael says, what has been broken is now restored. What was buried under spiritual dust has now risen in light. And now, from this day forward, the home you once viewed with silent frustration becomes the place you run to with peace in your heart and clarity in your spirit. Every morning from now on will carry a different vibration. You will wake up not dreading the day, but expecting something good. Your first breath will no longer be heavy. Instead, it will feel like hope wrapped around your chest, telling you, today is on your side. There was a time when your home reflected your trauma. The messy piles, the untouched corners, the dim lights, the forgotten clothes, all were silent echoes of pain. But now, every inch of your home will begin to mirror your healing. Your inner shift is transforming your outer world. You will want to open your windows more often now, not just for air, but because your home is finally ready to welcome a newness. Sunshine won't just brighten the room, it will recharge your spirit. What once felt stale will now feel like a sanctuary of fresh beginnings. And listen closely, even your sleep will transform. You will begin sleeping through the night without waking up in confusion, fear, or sadness. Omarta Su, no more spiritually restless nights. Your sleep will now become a divine portal, a place where heaven gently visits you with insight, comfort, and peace. If you have family living with you, don't be surprised if their moods shift, too. Children will smile more. Partners will communicate better. Even pets will seem calmer and more affectionate. Why? Because spiritual order affects everyone within the walls of your home. God is not only rewarding you with peace, He is restoring order to the relationships within your sacred space. This is your time of overflow, not chaos. This is your time of alignment, not confusion. This is your time of visibility, not being forgotten. Your name will soon be mentioned in rooms where you are not present. A person with resources will suddenly remember you. A silent supporter will step forward. Something you submitted months ago will finally be acknowledged and approved. Your home was the missing key. Now that it's aligned, so is everything else. You'll also feel less dependent on external validation. You won't need everyone's approval to feel grounded. You'll realize, the peace within my home is stronger than the noise outside of it. Someone who once drained you emotionally will try to return. They may reach out through a call, a message, or even a random visit, but the energy won't feel the same. Because your atmosphere won't allow them to enter with what they once carried. You'll notice their discomfort. You'll notice your clarity. And most importantly, you'll choose your peace without guilt. This is the new standard of your life. God is elevating you, not just in finances or relationships, but in environment. That means your surroundings will start to match your destiny. New furniture, new plants, new light, even new art may come into your life. You don't need to force it. The blessings will find you now. You'll get unexpected discounts. People will gift you what you once couldn't afford. Doors that stayed shut will open without knocking. This is what happens when the energy around you becomes a magnet for divine favor. You may also notice your intuition growing stronger. That gut feeling will sharpen. You'll sense things earlier. You'll know who to trust and who to avoid without needing evidence. That's because your spiritual antenna is now fully active within a purified atmosphere. You are no longer blind to spiritual influence. You are now the authority of your space. Archangel Michael says, don't let this be a one-time cleansing. Make it a lifestyle. Keep your space light. Protect your peace. Watch what you allow through your screens, your music, your conversations. What enters your home enters your energy. Let your home be your shield. Let your atmosphere do the guarding even when your guard is down. When you speak blessings out loud in your home, the walls remember. When you play high-vibration music, the air absorbs it. When you smile within your home, heaven smiles back. These are not small actions. These are sacred echoes. If you felt led to move but couldn't understand the delay, it's because your current space needed to be healed first. Now, if a transition is coming, it will happen with ease and favor. God never lets you leave chaos without first teaching you peace. Your current home is becoming your launching ground. In the moment it reflects wholeness. A new chapter opens. Don't be surprised if you begin receiving invitations to new places. A home visit, a property tour, a travel opportunity. These are signs of movement. These are signs that the space you're in has been honored enough for heaven to expand your territory. God says, I see what you've done. I've watched your obedience, and now I'm sending a reward that doesn't knock. It enters. Watch closely in the next 3 to 7 days. A divine confirmation will arrive. It may be in the form of a stranger speaking your exact thoughts, a feather appearing in your path, an object falling without reason, a door creaking open during silence. These are not strange. These are angelic confirmations that your home is being watched over. These are heaven's ways of saying, we are here. We are with you. You will never be the same again. Not because this message changed your life, but because you were ready to hear it. Heaven simply answered the door that you had the courage to knock on. Every time you take a step through your hallway, remember this moment. Every time you sit on your couch or lay in your bed, remember this is sacred space now. You are no longer hosting spiritual clutter. You are now housing miracles. Your home is blessed. Your home is chosen, and you are finally free. Dove House sparkles. You've come this far because your soul refused to stay bound to what wasn't yours to carry. You've done something most ignore. You listened. You felt the truth stir in your body and you followed it. That obedience has unlocked blessings that were waiting just beyond the veil of resistance. Archangel Michael says, your atmosphere is no longer a reflection of survival. It is now a throne for your ascension. This is not the end of your journey. It's the birthing ground of something divine. Everything you do inside this space now will echo with greater power, greater clarity, and greater purpose. You'll find yourself naturally drawn to speak with more intention. Even your silence will carry authority. This is because your words no longer bounce against spiritual interference. They now go directly into alignment with divine will. And those heavy memories you thought you'd never escape, watch how quickly they begin to fade. Not because they're erased, but because their weight has been lifted. You are not the same version of yourself who walked into this home weeks or months ago. You've evolved. And your space had to evolve with you. Every candle you light from now on will be a signal. Every prayer you whisper will be a command. Every step you take across your floor will shake the energy in your favor. The air in your home will carry softness. The walls will breathe ease. Even appliances that once broke off and will begin working longer, smoother. Lights will stop flickering, electronics will stop randomly glitching. These are not coincidences. These are energetic confirmations that chaos no longer has access to your space. You took your authority back. And heaven celebrated. There was an altar being built in the spirit when you said yes to this message. It was layered with obedience, courage, and surrender. And on that altar, your name was spoken by angels who know your assignment better than you do. You are not just a resident in your home. You are now the keeper of sacred ground. Let this shift inspire how you speak to yourself daily. Let this cleansing empower how you handle your future. You are not weak. You were never fully. You were simply waiting for the moment when spirit and space would align. That moment is now. Let the old conversation stay buried. Let the old pain find no place to rest. Let the old energy seek another host because your house is no longer a haven for darkness. Somewhere in your home right now, there's a window that looks out at the world. When you stand by it next, take a deep breath and declare, I welcome only light. I welcome only peace. I welcome only what God has assigned to my life. This declaration is more powerful than you realize. Every time you speak it, the realm around you responds. Do not shrink yourself ever again to make room for chaos. Your home has new rules now. Only aligned energy may enter. Only honest words may be spoken. Only clear intentions may stay. And if something feels off again in the future, don't ignore it. The discomfort will be your protection. Trust it. Listen to it. Respond to it with the same authority you've now remembered. You've reclaimed something eternal today, not just your home, but your place in the divine order of things. Archangel Michael says, your name is now echoing in the heavens differently. You are not being viewed as one who struggles through darkness, but one who commands light. Your protection is stronger now. Your intuition is louder. Your path is brighter. This sacred transformation will overflow into the way people treat you. You will notice more respect, more openness, even more generosity. Your home is now carrying your elevated frequency outward into the world, drawing to you those who are meant to join your next chapter. You will feel it. You will see it. Someone very important is being guided toward you because of what you've done. This person is part of your divine team. Maybe a teacher, a helper, a lover, a mentor. Their energy has been waiting to connect with yours, but couldn't reach you through the old interference. Now, the path is clear. You are aligned. You are awakened. You are ready. And from this day forward, your home will be your reminder that when heaven speaks and you listen, miracles follow. You've not only protected your home, you've also rewritten your spiritual foundation. Now, walk forward with joy in your chest and peace in your stride. Your home is not what it used to be because you are not who you used to be. You are chosen. You are watched over. You are home. Dust sparkles houses, and finally, if you feel this message reached you at exactly the right time and helped you take a powerful step forward, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $10. Your story continues, and from this point forward, it unfolds in light. Archangel Michael says, the transformation that has taken place inside your home is no small shift. It is a divine relocation of energy, power, and protection. You may still be walking the same floors and touching the same walls, but make no mistake, you are now living in an upgraded spiritual dimension. Heaven didn't just remove what didn't belong. Heaven installed something new, something permanent. A vibration of divine order has taken root inside your space, and it will continue to grow stronger every time you speak peace, live in truth, and walk in confidence within those walls. From now on, you may feel chills in your arms during moments of stillness. You may feel warmth across your back during prayer or rest. These are angelic confirmations that the presence of protection and divine favor has not left. It is dwelling. Let your mornings begin with stillness. Let your nights end with gratitude. Because in between, miracles will unfold in quiet and unexpected ways. The same home that once held tears will now carry laughter. The same hallway that once felt cold will now feel like a runway to your next level. You might find yourself weeping randomly, not out of sorrow, but because your spirit is adjusting to what it has longed for, safety. You are no longer in survival mode. You are now in divine reception mode. There will be signs in the coming hours, not days. Someone will compliment your energy. A child will smile longer in your presence. A bird may perch unusually close. A delivery will arrive at just the right moment. These are all confirmations. The universe is responding. The fear that used to whisper at you when you were alone. The dread that came every Sunday night. Lifted. The pressure that sat in your chest as you walked room to room. Replaced by serenity. Your space has been turned into a place of elevation, and you will begin attracting people, thoughts, and opportunities that are in alignment with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. And now, here's the deeper mystery. Because you've cleansed your home, someone in your bloodline has also been released from something. You may never know their name. You may never have met them. But a soul tied to your ancestry has been waiting for someone to be brave enough to clear what they never could. And now that you've done it, they are free. A spiritual contract has been broken. You were the chosen one to end it. This is why your journey has felt heavier than others. This is why rest didn't come easily. You weren't just fighting for your own peace. You were fighting to set an entire line of souls free. God saw it. Heaven recorded it. The rewards will follow. Don't be surprised if you begin hearing messages in your dreams. Instructions. Warnings. Encouragements. That's because your spiritual home is now active. The veil between this world and the divine realm has thinned in your space, allowing guidance to flow to you more easily. Write things down. Capture the small signs. Take action on the quiet nudges. You are now moving in real alignment, and your house is now functioning as a spiritual beacon, calling forth what is meant to be yours. Soon, someone will walk into your home and say, "It feels different in here." They would know why. They may not be spiritual, but they will feel the change because true peace is undeniable. That's when you will smile quietly to yourself and remember this moment. The moment where you said yes to the call. The moment where you listened instead of ignoring. The moment where the war ended without noise because light had finally claimed the space. From now on, every dinner you'd eat at your table is holy. Every bath you take is baptismal. Every door you close behind you is a shield. Every candle you light is a prayer. Your entire home has now become a living altar where you are the priest or priestess, where angels reside, and where heaven watches over. You will feel the difference most during transitions, when you come home from work, when you return from travel, when a visitor leaves. There will be a sacred silence, a hushed, deep sense of rightness in the air. That is your confirmation. That is the presence of protection. This isn't about superstition. This is spiritual technology. Your home is now programmed for light, programmed for blessing, programmed for breakthrough. Your wealth will grow faster now. Your relationships will improve. Where the wrong ones will end peacefully. Your timing will be more precise. Your instincts will sharpen. All of this begins because you aligned your inner world and your outer space. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven has now marked your dwelling as a house of light." That mark is invisible to human eyes, but completely visible spiritual world. It means no weapon formed in spirit may prosper here. No curse spoken against you will enter here. And no manipulation, envy, or ill intent will land here because light has taken its throne, and you are no longer just a survivor. You are the guardian of that throne. You are the steward of this miracle. You are the ruler of your space. Walk like it. Speak like it. Rest like it. Live like it. And should the darkness ever attempt to return, it will find no access, no door, no crack to crawl through because you have sealed your home in light. Let your breath now be deeper. Let your prayers now be louder. Let your presence now be bolder, and let your home now be what it was always meant to be, a temple of peace, a landing strip for miracles, and the place where heaven kisses earth through you. If you feel called to support the continuation of divine messages like this one, if you wish to express your support further, you are protected. You are powerful. You are home. And heaven is watching with joy.